Are you ready? You can tell us what to do. You think you can tell us what to wear?
No.
You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
Shout out to everyone who locked in those first round buys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Real degenerates up in here. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you, bringing you fantasy news today. And we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Bogard Scott, repping the GMM Network. And he just went into the Matrix. There we go, Antonio. Let me see if I got it. Let me see.
I said, are you
ready? Who's up in here? Francisco's up in the building. What up? What up? Who's ready for the fantasy football playoffs? Let's get it. My man Will in the building. What up, bro? Oh, yeah, my man David P. said Super Draft $100 tier is money. Hell yeah, bro. Man, I'm so glad that you've been making money. I mean, seems like every day. So, man, I'm stoked that you're fucking clocking this dough. And everyone who's not on it, guys, better go get on it. Go to sdhustler.com. Go get signed up. There we go. Yeah. Bogey here. Bogey here this time.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. That was the dryer guy. You know what I'm saying? I got a dryer issue. Motherfuckers can come repaired. Anyways, speaking of money, this is a public service announcement for all league commissioners, right? And this goes to myself too. I'm basically speaking in the mirror. Don't allow these motherfuckers to take your kindness for weakness and not pay their league fees. Then have the nerve to get real silence. Then get into the playoffs and then be like, well, what's the payout? And then you go, oh, by the way, pay the money. And they're like, well, can I pay if I lose? I'm in the playoffs. No, this is not how it works. And obviously that's the mind state of managers who haven't been there. You know what I mean? Because if you've been there, you know you're there because you paid your toll and this is why you're in there. You know what I'm saying? And like, I swear to God, I can't stand that move. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know I'm good for it. I don't fucking know you're good for it. Matter of fact, if you haven't paid by now, by definition, you're not good for it. You know what I mean?
There's pretty much right now 4 people like in life that I know that I will trust to like do that. Out of every single person that I'm in leagues with, literally like 4 people in life, I've literally known them that long. You know, and every single time they've always paid. They've never bullshitted, you know, but everybody else on top of that, no, man, we can't do that.
Here's another thing. I don't have, like in my home leagues, ain't nobody's broke. So I don't never have to worry about that because that's a prerequisite. You know what I mean? Don't be fucking broke. And then like have a commissioner like me with integrity who's going to have to come out of pocket to pay you someone's portion on time. Because that's what you do when you're an ill commissioner because it's your job as a commissioner to collect on time. So that's why I say it's a public service announcement to all commissioners. We are cool and we do rule with an iron fist. You don't have to allow this motherfucker to take your kindness for weakness and keep curving you all the way until the playoffs and be like, well, I'm in now, bro. Can I see what happens? No, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Here's one thing that I will. Oh yeah, they hate it. And here's what I will say. If you are that kind of person who takes forever to take your league fees and you know you're good for it and you're going to pay, you better be okay with it taking just that long of time to make it back to you. You can't take forever to pay and then demand getting paid right away. It doesn't work that way. Because I wouldn't. Anyone who forced me to wait for league fees and they tried to demand, you know, that shit, I just would make them wait a week just because. Like, this is punishment for next year. Get your shit in on time.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, and then like people will have a problem with that. And you know what's funny about me is like I'm a reactionary cat. I'm always cool. If I'm doing some fuck shit to you, it's because I'm reacting to your fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like those are the worst people who would be like, oh man, I'm not coming back to this league now. You tripping? And like, yeah, I'm tripping because where's my money? You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I came from the dope game, bro. You know what I mean? For a long time. I can speak on it now because this is statute of limitation shit. But listen, man. when you're that guy, when you're the D-boy and somebody owes you money, you'll be surprised how many of their family members start popping up dead because of it. And I'm not saying I killed them. I'm saying like when you're like, where's my money? Oh man, what happened was my uncle had died, and I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Where the fuck is? How come every time you owe me money, one of your relatives dies? You know what I'm saying? Or there's something, the most terrible shit that happens to you. You know what? Am I bad luck to you? You know what I mean? Maybe you should just not owe me money.
And one thing that I will say, I've known people for like 10 plus years who've like literally like dropped off the face of the earth over a $50 league fee. You know?
Yeah, and they won't show. Listen, they won't show up like to functions. They'll hang with your same friends if you're not around. Like they all of a sudden they put in all this effort to never run into you when that same effort could have been put into just paying the fucking money. And here's another thing too: don't put a price on yourself. Your life is priceless. When people view you as, oh, that's a motherfucker I wrote off for $50, you ain't shit in life. You know what I mean? Like
it's probably better. I even took a smart man to tell me, like, man, you got off cheap. He was like, you know how much like some people owed me before I got rid of them? He was like, $50 is nothing. He was like, take that as a blessing.
Here's another thing. On my last, because my bad, I forgot we're doing the FT, and I thought this was my therapy. I want to say one more thing is, like, everyone knows fantasy comes around Christmas, and I swear to God, these people, this is phase 2 of that. When they can't give you the money, then they go, oh well, it's Christmas, and oh really? Fuck, it's December. Damn, I didn't fucking.
You told me in September that it was Labor Day.
Christmas for you, bro. You're about to ruin Christmas for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't cancel Christmas for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because the money is one thing. It's the principle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the principle.
And there we go. And Niner MMA with Venmo these days, pay that man his money.
You know why I like Venmo? Because there used to be the guy. You feel me? You know that guy. You go out and the motherfucker's like, hey man, get me on this round right here. I got you. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then immediately I'm Venmoing you, motherfucker. Now I sent you the request. You Venmo is so these motherfuckers don't get away with the next day they be like, oh, I don't remember that or some fuck shit. Like, listen, you don't got money, stay home, bro. You know what I mean? Don't go out trying to convince these hoes you got money. Like, just stay your ass home. You know what I'm saying? And more than likely, it's their mommy's crib. Stay your ass at your mom's crib, bro. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I will say too, there's not one person that's like above the league. Like I'll kick anybody out of any league moving forward. Like there is no like just because you're in this league, like your spot is reserved for the next year or some shit like that. I know way too many people who will take any of these spots. You know, there was this one dude in this dynasty league. He had all these injuries and stuff, and then pretty much just turned into the scumbag who was like, not playing any players, like shit like that before we had a bunch of rules established. And then he just started trolling everybody in the league, making everyone hate the league. So in the offseason, he got the boot. And then Francisco comes in and it was like, oh, hell yeah, man, let me get in that. Pays the league fees and all that. Now he's in first place, first seed, because this guy was just so much of a jackass that I had to give him the boot.
What a hopeless bitch. Like, motherfuckers be like, oh, it's all over. Oh, you got the crystal ball. It's all over for you. So ruin it for everyone. You know what I mean?
And here we go. David said, I'm the commish thought on expanding the IR bench to unlimited as long as the player has COVID, but still cap it at 2 actual physical IR spots. Okay, I'm a little bit confused about that. So I kind of understand the concept, but I guess it's like how would the follow through come through, because the platform still has to allow it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that I would be doing something like that because shit, like I know that there are a lot of players on COVID, but I don't know how I would do it. Maybe bumping up, just a couple bench spots, but I don't know about making it like unlimited. I don't even know how that would work.
Unlimited? That has you can't listen. If you're gonna do anything of that sort, you better make sure you find 10 Bogards, because if there's no players to pick up, it's like best ball basically, but you could trade. you better have some trading motherfuckers in your league, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only way that shit will work.
What up, Antonio? What up, JC Money?
What up?
Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, damn, this COVID shit is out of control. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?
Man. Okay, lay it on me, Huss. I get the news from you just like everybody else.
I mean, we're starting on the Browns, who shit. I mean, they had like 8 guys like hit COVID reserve. It was like they're starting guard Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, and like a bunch of them actually tested positive, for COVID. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen with the Browns or anybody there, but we got there's already people testing positive. So like, how many more are going to test positive over these next day or two?
I don't know why they ain't wearing hazmat suits, bro. I would have the fly shit like Gucci hazmat suit, maybe some Supreme. You know what I mean? So I know the young kids like that Supreme. You feel me? Why aren't they wearing hazmat suits, B?
And where the hell are they going? I know that you may be dealing with people who've been going all over the place, but like, these guys aren't just going to their families' houses.
And here's another thing. Well, come on, bro. If you're single, you know where they're at. They're in these hoes, B. They're in the strip clubs. They're in environments where, like, you're exposed a lot. You feel me? Like, listen, Jimmy G probably doesn't wear protection, but I guarantee he's wearing a mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you got to be smart. Like, remember last year? There was like almost 0 cases of the regular flu for the players because everybody had to wear a mask. So if somebody was sick with the flu, they weren't sneezing all over the plane and getting motherfuckers. Remember, it was a big deal to have motherfuckers flying separate planes, like they fly this different skill groups. You know what I mean? Like,
make sure if one catches it, that they're not going to infect the entire team.
Yeah, but then now that's just a regular thing, right? But COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like this all these vaccinations and all this shit. Like now they're more lenient as far as the masks being mandated because they already made a deal with all the television deals.
Yeah.
They made a deal fucking ironclad that they're never going to move any of these dates.
Yep, so, not at all.
Yep. So if they can't go, they can't go. You know what I mean? And like if it's like X amount of percentage of your team can't go, you're going to forfeit. That's just how. You know what I mean? So. Man, it sucks because you just pencil out Hooper and Landry. Landry is also one of my not really streamers of the week last week, but he was a start. So I was happy about that. And it sucks because, being the only game in town, like if it was Landry, I'm really hooped about Hooper. Now it's both of them. You know what I mean? Now we got to hope Peoples-Jones or some bullshit like that. Like someone you could stream in this matchup. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just don't want to touch any of it. You know what I mean?
It's going to be rough. And then switch it. I mean, Odell Beckham tested positive for COVID. Like, man, just coming out there balling yesterday. Now tests positive for COVID.
I like being right about that too. Not about the COVID. I'm just saying, like, he's a Monday night. He's a Monday night must start in his career. He balls on a Monday, and like, even though it was all right, 70 or 5 for 70 in the tug, but we love that. You know what I mean? Because just being a guy that we barely looked at as a flex for the most part of the year. You know what I mean? Like, I think that should change our view on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he actually got, like, the Robert Woods treatment, not Van Jefferson. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Who else we got? We got for the Chiefs, Chris Jones in the COVID protocol as of now.
Damn it. I have a bunch of Chris Jones, actually.
Yeah, we got a lot of there's a lot of people that aren't even worth mentioning, backup players, practice squad guys, things like that.
You know why they're important? Because they're around the motherfuckers that matter to us.
And it's pretty much every team right now. So we're going to get a lot more trickle down. Like tomorrow, we're going to have more news than we even do today about this shit. For the Giants, Leonard Williams, he doesn't have COVID, but they said he's likely out this Sunday versus the Cowboys.
Oh, that's good because I thought he was out for the rest of the season. I thought I heard something like that. Okay, cool. He's like their best defensive player right now.
Yeah. So the reporters were trying to get more information about, future weeks. Would he be back, 2 weeks from now or whatever? They wouldn't speculate. So they're just calling him week to week, and he's probably not playing this week.
He's probably not playing the rest of the year. There's nothing to play for. Business decisions. He's the guy that's already under contract, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, they gave him the bag. They probably don't want to fuck him up. You know, I mean, they're 4-9 right now. Like, so yeah, they ain't playing for shit.
Yeah, we can't drop the drop on that one.
Nope.
There is no carry drop for them.
So some more bullshit out of from the Monday night game. Hopkins, he's having an MRI on his leg today, and James Conner is getting an MRI on his ankle today.
It's just all happening to me. It's all right before you, FNT viewers. It's happening all right before you. I'm just Hustler's breaking the news to me. It's breaking my heart. I've missed out 4 points on a fucking on a start that I shouldn't have done. Still won my matchup, but lost out on the bye week by 4 points. And now all the Chris Joneses and the DeAndre Hopkins and everybody you're fucking mentioning is all on this one team here.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Austin, he said, for my fantasy hockey league, if payments aren't made by the end of the first week, we give that team that don't pay an automatic loss. That's some urgency right there, because people won't bullshit. Like, if you tell them you got to have that in, they probably wouldn't even join the league if they knew they weren't going to play and get that first loss.
Here's the thing, like, a week 6 deadline, I like that because I know a lot of people are in other leagues that they got to pay for up front. It's fine. I could be the cool league, and 9 times out of 10, we don't ever have an issue. People pay. If they need a little more time, they get the time and they pay, right? But paying up front is the way to go. You want in, and you know what's funny? Those are the people that they make the excuses. You know what? I'm in hell league, but no, because you don't have the money to pay right now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fine. I'm not bagging anybody, but this is definitely. I treat everything like I don't give a fuck if it's $10 or 10,000, 10 million. I don't give a fuck. I don't fuck with nobody's money like that. You know what I mean? It's bad money karma.
Because especially, like, it's never like someone doesn't pay and then they just miraculously remember to come back and pay themselves. Mm-hmm. It's usually me having to go remind people, you know, and being a commissioner is a thankless job. We don't get paid for doing this shit. You know, we don't get paid for, you know, collecting the league fees and all that. But
how about this? I'm not going to say this guy's name, but if you're out there and you're watching this, you know it's you. It's this guy joined one of my leagues last year. He never paid, kept curving it. Like I said, went radio silence, ends up winning the thing, and then bothering for his money. Got his money right when he asked for it, but just it was just irritating. Like, you're gonna buy now you're on my bumper because you want your bread. You never paid that money. Theoretically, motherfuckers would be hot about that shit. You know what I mean? And in most of our leagues, we'll threaten. If you don't pay by week 6, your team is froze, right?
Yeah.
And people, once you tell people that they've never had no issue, but like, and then here's the same guy who I don't allow in my other leagues anymore. I'm in another league with him, and what do you know? I'm playing him in the first round, and this guy didn't pay his fees yet. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? It's like I thought this was a league we had to pay for, not a league that we just get in, hope we get to the playoffs, then get a chance at the money, and if not, just ghost. You know what I mean?
There's a 16-team league that I'm actually in right now. I don't know anybody in it. It was all fantasy people who we kind of met through Clubhouse and stuff. And one of the people who was the host of this league, like telling me I should come get in it and stuff like that, he doesn't pay through a League Safe on time, and then League Safe has some kind of like late fee or something. It's like $10.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna pay that. Like, so I'm just not even gonna play then." You know, at that point, this is like week 10 or some shit like that.
Oh, this guy's a bitch, man.
I don't even. So, I mean, I'm assuming that we're just. You know, I mean, it was like
that guy,
$60 league, 16 teams, and I'm in first. I want all that money, not minus 1/16 of it.
Hey, listen, man, that's the guy that gets beat up by the call girl. I thought we had a good time. You know, pay the bitch. And when she pulls that shank out on you and shanks your bitch ass, that's your ass. You know what's funny, Rez? Like, this is fantasy football, but I treat everything as how I treat everything in life, man. we just don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a literal kind of guy. I say things I mean. You know what I mean? I don't just like, you know what I mean? This is not a game.
Yeah.
Per se, it's a game. But you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Well, it's the money part that's not the game. You know, like, I mean, yeah, the fantasy football and all that's fun, but yeah, it's the money part that's going to fuck everything up when people start getting shady with money. That could be over anything. That could be going out to dinner and you're supposed to pay a portion of it for whatever reason. Doesn't even matter. And you duck out on that. Like, that's just bullshit.
Yeah, like you said, that guy, you know, he was having a rough go at it. Then he starts trying to find hella reasons to get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you know what? Fuck this league. And yeah, no. You're just a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you're a type of person. There's the cool ones and there's the ones that don't get it. You know what I mean? And the ones that don't get it, I don't think they ever will, bro. You know what I mean?
And see, and there you go, Big Kong. He said, I paid late in other leagues, and there's rules to it. You have to stay in touch with the commish and follow through with what you said. And that's never an issue. If someone is like able to get a hold of, they could tell me that they're going to pay me 3 months from now. As long as they're responding to me, there's no issue. It's when there's no responses on purpose for days or weeks or whatever. And like, we can't just pop over to people's houses. We all know each other from the internet.
Hey, listen, okay, this guy, I don't mind saying this dude's name because he's my boy. I know him in real life. And, you know, we be clowning like that. But, hey, shout out to my man, Bert, man. Shout out to my man, Bosquatch. 3 years in a row in this fucking league, he never makes the playoffs, and he never fucking pays on time. Literally, and he hits me with the Christmas thing, and it's December, it's Christmas, bro. I had to cover him, bro. And this year, I'm like, hey, bro, what do you know? You made the playoffs. Really? Yeah. Now fucking pay your dues, bitch. Or fucking freeze your team and you won't win shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, I'm like, and then I try to tell him, like, you can't be mad at me. You have a track record, bro. I'm not going to allow you to do it 3 times in a row. Shame on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I never had to worry about freezing your league because I know you good for it. But, like, you just, like, you got to be on this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I shouldn't have to be on you for anybody's money, let alone this money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one thing that made me feel good today is someone said they're going to throw a $20 tip on it because they've been so late and been lagging.
There you go.
That's a way to get someone to be like, all right, I'll deal with all this bullshit. You threw me a nice little tip for Christmas or whatever.
That $20 expunges any foul way that I would perceive this person moving forward. Because once you're cool and then you start like being one of those guys that don't get it, you know what I mean? And then like, you know, we're looking at you like, you know, a different way now. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably not going to be invited again to anything that requires any money. You know what I mean? Like, I used to work with a guy. I used to do podcasts with this guy, and this guy tried to do everything for free and get people to do things for free because he had zero money. You know what I mean? And like, and it's always the people that don't have money that want to do all this, that, and the third, bro. They got the biggest dreams. You know what I mean?
Yep. And there you go. Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, Bogard, I'll join your leagues. I'll pay at the draft. There we go.
There you go. See? There you go, Jake.
Yeah, and we're doing so for those who hadn't heard, I'm starting the NFL playoff fantasy leagues again. So it's a $30 buy-in to reserve your seat. You just either got to be a YouTube member. So signed up, you know, you got the little, like Francisco, you got the little membership badge there and stuff, or you got to be signed up as a Patreon member. So you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, click on the very top link for Patreon. You can get on any tier. You can get on the lowest one. Then that reserves your spot into as many leagues as you want to get in. There's still buy-ins for all of them, but that's just one of the ways to get into the club.
Yes. It's a very prestigious club.
Oh, yeah. And let's see who else we got here. So for Washington, Taylor Heineke is starting this week.
I don't think he was really hurt so much of his ego. I mean, he was hurt. I'm just fucking with him. But you know what I mean? Like, what happened to him, bro? He fell all the way off. This is a division rival. You're supposed to play well. And then here's the backup QB, comes in, throws a tug, right? And you know, because he's just a motherfucker who's, you know, probably doing what you're supposed to be doing as the backup. You've been studying this shit. You got to pick up the slack. Like, I mean, and Taylor Heineke should know this, being a career backup.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks when, like, because I started to believe in that guy, and then he went out there and looked like a backup. You know what I mean?
Yep, he is who he thought he was.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. And then we got also for Washington, Rivera said he feels good about Terry McLaurin's concussion status. So they haven't said if he's going to be playing or not. I mean, we could take it all the way down, to Saturday. So it's just something we got to monitor. But yeah, either way, it hasn't been looking too promising. And now this week going up against Darius Slay, if he plays, that ain't going to be good. Let's see who else we got here. Ooh, Damian Harris and Kyle Duggar both at practice today, so good to go. We'll get a full report tomorrow from that, and then also for the Browns, Harrison Bryant and Ronnie Harrison, they're both expected to return to practice tomorrow. So looking good there, looking good for the Browns, at least as far as one of their tight ends go, and they're one of their star safeties. And for the Giants, Daniel Jones not cleared for contact or anything for Sunday. So I think we're gonna get another week of Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon should just shave his head, bro. We all know he's balding.
Yep. Some good news that just came up. Keenan Allen activated off the COVID reserve list. Ooh, okay. So Tom Pelissero, he just tweeted that 29 of the NFL players that went on the COVID list, 28 tested positive. That's not good. That means pretty much everyone that went on the COVID reserve today is probably not playing this week. That's insane. That is insane. Second Take Extra. What up, bro? Team Money said, fuck McLaurin. It's rough, man. Damn Washington. They just completely not who we needed to be. And David said, I like the 0 points rule until the team actually plays. Can I really institute that as a commish? Well, see, I mean, it's a fine line because, I think it's really just building the urgency to where everyone has to play. Because, if someone takes a 0 on any game, they're probably just going to quit anyways.
Far away. I don't want to go back there. It's fine.
So that's one thing that's one thing that's really tough right now, about that part is people get 0s, people get losses, things like that. They're probably not going to want to pay, in general. So that's the thing that's fucking hard, man. It is fucking hard. And Francisco said this year we had a dude banned in 80 plus leagues on us. Half of them were unpaid and we had to get replacements after week 1. Was that the one dude who was in the Hustler leagues also? Francisco, I can't even remember that douchebag's name, but I know that bringing up his name, I'm sure there's a few people that will be a few people that'll remember his name. Pretty sure it was like Eric something. And Second Take Extra said, what is Bogard doing? Dryer, he's got a dryer problem, and that's the guy coming to fix it. Yep, Eric Triple X, dude. What a scumbag, bro. What a scumbag. Yeah, man. I feel sorry for everyone who he got in leagues with after that, because that dude was a bitch. Luckily he paid for the leagues that he was in with me. I didn't let anyone from those Hustler Dynasty leagues, I didn't let anyone get into the draft without paying first. And luckily he paid, and we got people to take over their teams or whatever. And but yeah, man, what a jackass. All right. So we'll see. Maybe Bogey will be back in a little bit, but now he's got people at his house. But one thing that I got to mention, we'll go through a couple questions here and stuff, because that's the end of the news, at least as of right now. Tomorrow, after fantasy news today, okay, so it's not going to be another stream, but literally we're going to cover the news tomorrow on fantasy news today. The first portion is going to be news like we always have, but the second half of the show is going to be our new debate show that we're going to be starting a little bit more in the off season, but we're going to be bringing it every single Wednesday. So as of right now, it is me, Bogart, TD, and the Fantasy Tyrant who are the Wednesday crew on this. And we need fan participation coming up in actual topics to debate. That's one way that we're going to do this. I'm going to come up with maybe one topic or two topics, something like that. But we want to leave it up to the fans, in here, and then we want to get the votes, people throwing down the names of whoever won or whatever. And it'll be something fun that we're going to be doing. What up, Chase? What's going on, bro? Let me see. Let me get back to some of these questions here real quick, because I know I missed some. Let's see. Ooh, Vanessa, how likely is that Keenan Allen and Jamal Williams come back this week from COVID? Well, Keenan Allen is back. And David P., you already know, bro, said, let me in. I'll pay in advance. We're going to start with those NFL playoff leagues, dude. And don't worry, you're already on Patreon and all that. So I'm going to start getting a head count on who wants to be in how many of these leagues. I'm going to drop the bylaws just so everyone kind of understands, and I don't have to explain it to every single person how it's going to work. But it's pretty much going to be a 3-week tournament. Every single week, the top half of the league moves on. Last year, I had 9 of these leagues. I'm assuming there's going to be even more than 9 of these leagues now. This year, might even do double. And so, $30 buy-in. And let me see, $30 buy-in. And I believe it is going to be, let me see here. Yeah, so first place, so $30 buy-in, 12 teams. First place gets $170 plus a championship ring. Second place gets 60, and then third place gets their money back and gets 30. It is going to be super, super fun. Super fun. And Vanessa said Dearness worth a pickup, kind of, but I mean, he's not worth a play. He might be worth a pickup and stash, but I don't know. As long as Chubb's playing, I don't think he's going to be too much anything. Antonio said, I like that Carter pickup in Stu's league last week. I'm definitely starting him this next week. Yeah, and I had to drop Carter, man. Fucking sucked. Pretty sure I had to drop him in that league. And Derek said Bryant will practice, and that's the tight end pickup from the Browns this week if you're desperate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vanessa said thoughts on Parker and Galladay this week. I need a wide receiver with OBJ out. These are the top guys to pick up. I'd pick up Parker. Galladay's just never been anything this year. Oh, Antonio, it sucks about Connor and Hopkins. Let's see. And Francisco, we simply don't let anyone unpaid to draft. Deadline is 5 days before the draft. If not get paid, then you get kicked and find a replacement. You can ask for extra time and it will be discussed. There we go, bro. I mean, that's how we got to do it. Because, it sucks, dude, when people try to take advantage of us for being nice. Like, that shit sucks. And David, what up, bro? So this is my lineup for this week. Dak, Jones, Monty, Keenan, Renfro, Pitts, Mitchell. My bench is Taysom, Higgins, Sony, Michelle. Should I make any adjustments? I'm going to say not as of right now. I would leave it the way that it is, but, it's only Tuesday. Some things may change during the week. Yeah, such bullshit, dude. And Zeb said Gage, Chuba, Sutton, or Hilliard. I think I'm going Gage. Let me see. Who do they play again? They play the 49ers. Yeah, I'm going Gage. Zeb said Eckler this Thursday or C Pimp. This one's a later in the week question because we haven't really heard anything about Eckler. They're keeping everything kind of under wraps. But I think Eckler is going to be the play. Let's see. There we go. Big Kongs has a commish. I kicked a team out that didn't pay by week 11, renamed his squad the bot team, and only add what the team needs on Friday. Split the pot. Yeah. Yeah. Sucks having to deal with shit like that. There we go. Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, we got you, Hustler. Hell yeah, man. That shit is going to be so fun. It is going to be so fun. Oh, there we go. Connor said, split the pot if the bot team wins. There we go. And Francisco said that we cut him some slack about joining the leagues and not paying because he joined like 100 of the leagues, and we made him pay the first 50 that he joined, but then suddenly he ghosted us. We couldn't contact him at all. Yeah, I remember he like blocked me on Facebook and shit like that when I was trying to go get in touch with him. Like, what an idiot. And Antonio said, are you the one who dropped him? Thank you, Hustler. I know. I had to because I didn't have any extra spots. I hate NFL fantasy. Like, why do you have to be on IR to put someone on IR? I hate that about it. That's the real reason why I dropped him. We should have added more spots when all the COVID, because really, like all the COVID stuff, they made it to where we probably needed more bench spots, and I just didn't add any. And Life and Sports Talk with Jake said Higgins or Carter if he's a go. My flex full PPR. I'm going Higgins. Higgins versus the Broncos. I know the Broncos are tough, but shit, Carter against the Dolphins. Dolphins are fucking tough too. Oh, yeah. And Derek said Venmo, bro. I know, man. I know. Just straight up bullshit. Straight up bullshit. Man, this Tuesday, it's all been COVID news. Like, that's really it. Tuesdays are usually like a lighter day too with news, and damn, just had to be all COVID news. And Second Take Extra said, yeah, I had one guy who drafted, then 2 weeks in, didn't do the lineup. Thank God I found a good owner, take over the team, and just made the playoffs. There we go. There we go. Let's see. All right. And let's see. Life and Sports Talk with Jacob Eckler is a limited. I guess he's playing Thursday. More than likely. More than likely, I would say. All right, let's see. So Duggar officially activated off the COVID list. Oh, and I didn't even mention it. So Danielle Hunter and Christian McCaffrey both got put on the COVID list as well. Ooh, and for Washington, cornerback Kyle Fuller and their tackle Tim Settle on the COVID reserve list as well. Damn, dude, like what is going on here? What is going on? And Niner MMA said Howard versus D. Johnson versus Gabriel Davis. I have Cole. I mean, I'd probably go Gabriel Davis. And Antonio said, are you still locked out of Venmo, or are they fixing that? Nope, I'm locked out of Venmo. And it's because I did the Super Bowl squares last year and people didn't listen and they kept putting Super Bowl squares. And so Venmo shut me down. And yeah, there's no getting it back. There's no getting it back. I'm gonna try again. Like maybe I could try again, but it's got all my bank account stuff and linked, and yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Yeah, I think I would still go Gabriel Davis, even having Cole Beasley, because I don't like Howard or Dearness Johnson or David Johnson, either one. Life and Sports Talk with Jake said, really hope Ayuk keeps up this role against the Falcons. He better. Big Kong said if Mike Williams doesn't play, is Jalen Guyton a must start? Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, we know that he's got good rapport with Herbert, so I'd say so. Allen or Tua from Facebook user. I mean, right off the bat, I mean, I got to go Allen. We got to hear more stuff about his injury, though. Like, that's for sure. Because we haven't heard much. I mean, tomorrow, that's going to be the day where we're going to hear more. All right. Let's see. Well, if that's it, we're going to smoke another bowl and then just get up out of here. Here we go. Shout out to the 420 crew. Make sure you check out all those new emojis that just got added there. We got our IDP life emoji. We got the it's 420 somewhere emoji. We got the corduroy Pimpin' Patterson emoji. And we got the Jerome Baker fancy bong emoji in there too.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. Weed is from the herb. God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man.
Don't give me that shit about it's a drug. It ain't no motherfucking drug. I done the research. It's just a plant. It just grows like that. And if you just happen to set it on fire, there are some effects.
And T Money asks, any news on the Josh Allen injury? Nope. Not as of yet. Tomorrow, I'm sure we're going to hear more. Because now they're going to have to actually put him on the injury report. And things like that. So, yep. All right. We're out. I'm out. We'll see you guys a little later. We're going to be doing the live stream. We're going to be doing the Q&A live stream a little bit later tonight. I'm going to be starting about 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So yeah, make sure you guys tap into that. And don't forget, next week we are starting our movie podcast. It's going to be going live at 8 Eastern. At 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, we're going to be covering a bunch of Christmas movies. It's going to be a dope conversation. You guys got to come check it out. It's going to be here live on this channel, on the Fantasy Good Sports channel, on the GMM Network. It's going to be an awesome time. So we'll see you guys there. I'm out. Peace.